As always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the week?
Well, I had to go with Baker Mayfield. I mean, the dude absolutely has it rolling right now. Got another big win, another big day um, through the air, another putting big numbers. I think he leads the NFL in touchdowns responsible for. The guy's got it, and like we mentioned, he's absolutely killing it at the podium. Handled the Texas situation really well. 325, four touchdowns. Did have the three interceptions, but um, you look at where he stacks up right now. He's one of the names that you're seeing thrown out there for MVP.
Having a heck of a season, and his football team's winning games. 15 touchdowns, five interceptions for Baker Mayfield. The 15 passing touchdowns is three more than any other quarterback in the National Football League this season.
Ooh, pretty good. What'd you think? I thought Radler did some nice things.
I was just happy to see him out there, man.
Yeah.
And I root for the Saints. I played for them. I typically root for the teams that I played for. So I've got six options. But with what he dealt with here at Oklahoma and then going to South Carolina and kind of working through that entire process and just kept pushing and pushing. I was really, really happy to see him out there on an NFL field. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It
agree.
made me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
He's got a good arm. He's accurate. Um, like I said, I thought he did some nice things considering the moment up against a good team. First time getting some real action out there. Not a bad first game for the young man.
Shout out to Baker Mayfield. OU fans needed the Bucks to put up a big number on Sunday
I
after
know.
what happened in Dallas.
I know it. I know it. Yeah. And they're starting to get Shep the ball a bunch of different ways. Handing it to him on a couple of end rounds. He got blown up on one of them, but had a really nice first down run on the other. Good stuff.
Get
And
that old man
the
get that old man the
penalty.
football.
Did you see the offensive pass interference call they made on him?
What'd you
He
think of
was.
that one?
It's the first time I've ever seen a guy. It's on the goal line. He's trying to go pick this guy for the under route, but he never even made it there. It's like he got flagged because he was intending to go pick that guy, but his guy jammed him so much that he didn't really get a chance to do it, and they still threw the flag on him. It's pretty funny.
It's like the official could read his mind.
Yes,
He was
pretty good.
flagged for intent. He
Yeah,
was
it's
he was
like,
intending to pick the defender.
well, you got to at least act like you're running a route, but he was getting jammed so bad. It was pretty funny. Baker was pointing out, it's like, what he's doing? He didn't even go anywhere. Got jammed at the line.
Who do you have as your loser of the week?
I had to go with Jerry Jones. Did you hear the call in to the Dallas radio station?
Jerry's not happy, Ted.
Well, he's not happy, but why does he care? Don't you think that if there's anyone who is past like what the public thinks, it's a guy that's been the owner of that football team for, I don't know, 45, 50 years. I don't know how long it's been. But so what? He's getting criticized. Like, is he going to get fired from owning the Dallas Cowboys? Like, what's his problem? Why is he so upset? I don't get it. Like, so what? The radio guys are firing some rough questions your way. Okay, answer them. What's the worst that can happen? Say, yeah, we made a couple of mistakes. Say, purposely trying to run the team into the ground. It doesn't even matter what he says. It's like it's the greatest position to be in the world. You can't do anything wrong. It's your team. I don't understand what the big deal was.
He doesn't like when people are mean to him.
Yeah.
I think, and he remember he does a lot of those radio interviews. He holds press conferences. It's just what he does, man.
Yeah. It was just weird to hear him like say, I'll find someone else to ask the questions, basically saying, get you guys fired. And they all start laughing. He's like, I'm serious.
Do you think those guys looked at each other like, oh my gosh, I think he's serious?
uh, Maybe, but I mean, come on. I think Jerry probably calmed down a little bit after the radio interview. You know, I don't know. Have they done any? I know everyone like the reason people are so uh, he's the
Dude, they
only
did
owner
get
that
beat 47-9.
that's true. But what are you going to do? You're not going to pay Dak Prescott? You don't have a choice. I mean, I understand it puts you in purgatory, but what are you going to do? Are you just going to go risk it in the draft? Nah, Dak, go ahead, go on, go be a free agent. He'll last about 7 seconds on the free agent market. Someone will pick him up, and then you'll be like getting leftovers from somewhere or chancing it in the draft. I mean, some teams haven't had a good quarterback for 30 years. How long did the Bears wait for Caleb Williams?
A very long time.
You don't have a choice in the NFL. There's like 10 guys in the world that can play quarterback at the level you need to go win a championship. And like if you don't have one of those guys, if you got someone that's close, you just have to pay him. That's all you could do.
I want Jerry Jones to go back on that radio show Monday morning after they get whooped on Sunday Night Football by the 49ers. That's what I want.
And that is going to happen.
That's what I think is going to happen. And I hope he goes back on there because I want to hear it.
Which I will say, oh my gosh, Detroit was dialing it up. Some of the stuff that they were doing offensively was so cool.
That guy, I don't know how they still have him. How has no one paid Ben Johnson to be their head coach?
Did he? I feel like did he interview last year after the season was over?
I'm starting to think that
He's got some
Dan
skeletons
Campbell
in the
is like
closet.
holding him hostage, or that he's so scared to leave Dan Campbell that he just won't do it.
Yeah. Maybe he likes it and is having fun. I mean,
No, come on.
I
You
don't.
sound ridiculous.
I guess, does every coach that coaches football have to want to be a head coach?
Yes,
Yes.
I think. Have you ever met a coach that's just no, I guess I've met several coaches that weren't interested in being a head coach. Yeah, maybe he just
Now,
wants to be a coordinator. He's really damn good at it.
now the NFL is way different. Like, I can understand if you got with a bunch of college coaches and like truth serum, they'd be like, hell no, I don't want to be a head coach. Are you kidding me? Who would ever want what psychopath would ever want to be a college football head coach? But in the NFL, it's a much better gig.
No doubt. I was really sad when Hutchinson broke his leg like that. Ugh.
Yeah. All things considered though, I it was better than if it would have like his if it would have tore his knee up, you know? Like the break is probably better.
I will not be surprised if that guy's back this season. He seems
No.
like a psycho.
Yeah, you think
Seems like you get Detroit in the playoffs and here comes 97.
it's like screw it together. I'm playing.
All right, let's get to my winner and loser first. We are brought to you by Mando. Mando is American made and is our new go to for hygiene products. I'm all about efficiency. I'm all about traveling light, which is why I love Mando's 4-in-1 acidified cleansing bar. It's a 5-ounce bar that does the work of a shampoo, face wash, body wash, and deodorant. It's like if a guy played offense, defense, special teams, and mowed the football field. Versatility, baby, but also simple because it's simple, simplifies my hygiene routine and comes in 3 quality scents: Mount Fuji bourbon leather and Pro Sport. Mando also makes a whole body deodorant. It's safe to use anywhere on your body and is aluminum free and dye free. I've been using the Mount Fuji scent. Big fan of it. And so is my wife. She walked by me the other day, said, "Hey, you smell manly." And I said, "It's Mando." And luckily, I have a discount code to help you get hooked on the best smelling whole body deodorant on the market. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code OKBreakdown at shopmando.com. SHOPMANDO.com. Code OKBreakdown.
What if for the rest of 2024, you got a little bit better every day? When you're learning a new language with Babbel, that's exactly what you're doing. 1 in 5 Americans have learned a new language on their bucket list. If that's you, make 2024 the year you finally check it off the list with Babbel. Here's a special offer for our listeners that it's only for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/Oklahoma. Don't pay hundreds of dollars for private tutors or waste hours on apps that don't really help you speak the language. Just use Babbel. Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are handcrafted by over 200 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. And if you want a live classroom experience from the comfort of your own home, Babbel Live is for you. Babbel Live classes are available 7 days a week at any time of the day and taught by over 450 certified teachers so you can learn on your schedule. Challenge yourself to learn something new is always a good thing. And if your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel is the best way to go. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/Oklahoma. That's BABBEL.com/Oklahoma. Rules and restrictions may apply.
For my winner of the week, thought about going with Amari Cooper. Can only imagine how good it feels to go from Deshaun Watson to Josh Allen.
Get out of jail free card.
Oh,
I
the
mean,
change in vibes around the teams alone. Uh, I can only imagine. I mean, the Bills are 4-2. They're at the top of the AFC East. Cleveland is 1-5 and at the bottom of the AFC North. And it seems like everyone there is miserable. Congrats, Amari Cooper.
and it's not like, I mean, it's not like you're going from Southern California to Buffalo. It's just a little jaunt across the lake. The weather sucks in Cleveland just as much as it does in Buffalo.
I've made that trip. Played in
Little
both
puddle jumper.
places 2 different times. How about that? Congrats, Amari Cooper. I We'll see how he produces for the Bills, but yeah, it's got to feel a lot better
Oh yeah.
than being in Cleveland right now. But my winner of the week, Travis Hunter. Maybe it should be college football fans. You see what Deion Sanders said, Ted?
Yeah.
Travis Hunter, quote, should play for certain on Saturday. Remember, left the game against Kansas State last week with the shoulder injury in the second quarter, never came back. So it's just good to hear that arguably the best player in college football is going to play football this weekend. I'm a big fan of that. And then, Ted, do you know who Colorado plays on Saturday?
I do know who they play.
They play the Arizona Wildcats.
Yes.
And do you know what that means, Ted?
We get to see T Mac and Travis Hunter going at it.
Yes, that's exactly what it means. Tedero McMillan, one of the best wide receivers in all of college football, guy that's going to be an early round pick, and Travis Hunter are going to go at it. And my hope is that Travis Hunter travels with McMillan the entire game. And maybe my hope is that they just put a camera on those two guys. I
Yeah.
would watch it. But this is what you want. You want these elite on elite matchups. And I think that's what we're getting. I did not expect to be so excited about a 3-3 Arizona team playing a 4-2 Colorado team, but here I am. And it has everything to do with these two guys being really, really good, and they're going to be going up against each other. I love that. That's one of my favorite things about college football is when you get these big time individual matchups like this.
Do you think the networks called and said, listen, you guys are going to have to come to an agreement. We need Travis Hunter to play so we can have this elite on elite matchup. But Arizona, you have to agree, like, not to run the football at him all game long. Like, we need this matchup for ratings, so please
It,
let's play nice.
you got to air it out, guys.
Got
Them's
to
the
air it
rules.
out.
McMillan, he's on his way to a 1,500-yard season,
Yeah, he's good.
averaging 17.7 yards per catch. I know this. A lot of NFL decision makers, going to have their eyes on these two guys in this football game.
Who's the best wideout that Travis Hunter's played against? Can you think off the top of your head?
Ooh, this season?
Yeah. Nebraska, Baylor, UCF, Kansas State,
No.
Colorado State, North Dakota State.
Colorado State's got one really good wide receiver.
We do. Well, this is like a totally different. I mean, McMillan's 6'5", elite. Like this will be a big time uh, test or matchup, whatever. It's got to be by far the best matchup he's had this year.
Yeah, Torrey Horton for Colorado State. And by the way, I think it got announced he's out for the rest of the year. But he's really good. But other than that, yeah, I think it's fair to say that this is going to be Travis Hunter's biggest test at corner,
Yeah.
which should be awesome. Can't wait. My loser of the week, Cam Rising.
Oh man.
We love this guy. Broke my heart to see Kyle Whittingham announce that he's going to miss the rest of the season with that lower leg injury that he suffered early in that Arizona State
I saw
game.
it's like the third play of the game,
Yeah, I was watching it.
and it was ugly, and I could tell that he was hurting really bad and trying like he kept playing though. You know, he was because he was. It's one of those things like this can't be real. I'm gonna keep fighting through it and see what happens. Hey,
Respect to him for playing the rest of that game, but he shouldn't have been playing in that game.
no,
But this is such a bummer. I don't think anyone can debate this. Like, college football is more fun when Cam Rising is healthy.
if you can remember back that far,
He's had some bad luck.
I
Missed
know.
all last season with the knee, had the weird hand thing this year, and now this. I just I don't know if we're gonna see him play college football again. I guess he has the option to come back for next year for an eighth season. We'll see what he ends up doing, but it makes me very sad that we have probably watched Cam Rising's last game at Utah
Yeah, yeah,
because I we were big fans of his. Just he
yeah.
was just fun to watch, man, and played that position with just a level of physicality that was honestly refreshing.
It was. Yeah, I got him hurt, but
Correct.
it was
Yes.
still
I didn't say it was intelligent. I said it was refreshing.
still fun to watch. I mean, 8 seasons, like at some point you gotta say like it's like the old guy at the bar. It's like, what am I doing here? Right? And there's some point
Still
where,
still hanging out at the college bar like
yeah,
4 or 5 years after you graduate. Like, hey man, it's starting to get weird.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, and at some point, like if you're Utah, you kind of have to move on, don't you? Like you don't
I
want to keep like kill the development of other players. Keep
Yeah, I
waiting.
think Isaac Wilson's going to be the starter moving forward, and I think he's going to be their guy
Mhm.
moving forward. I don't think they would say anything publicly. I think that's going to be a conversation behind closed doors like, hey, Cam, we have to move on. Not the season a lot of people expected for Utah. I thought that they would come in and not just run through the Big 12 like a lot of people thought they would, but the Cam Rising injury clearly has a lot to do with it. But they're 1-2 in Big 12 play.
Yeah, I
You know,
I predicted BYU was going to run through the Big 12.
well, great prediction, man. Look at you.
No, I did not predict that.
I was about to say you're a genius. Hope you bet
BYU
money
and
on it.
Iowa State. Iowa State looks good, man. Fun
Yeah, I do.
conference.
Utah still has BYU and Iowa State left on the schedule. So come on, Isaac Wilson.
See what you got.
Don't call it a comeback.